Hello and welcome to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. You're joining us virtually from Downers Grove, Illinois. We have a special guest, Jonas Friddle, who's coming up, but I have some things to tell you about first. That is, well, first of all, last week we had Donna Harilla, and that was amazing because she did her show as a CD release show at Downers Grove, virtual Two-Way Street Coffee House, our little coffee house. And her album, ever since, has been #1 on the Blues Americana charts. So I'm just saying, pretty good for Two-Way Street there. Now we have Jonas Friddle. Next week we have John Shane and F.J. Ventra. And the reason that's significant is because they produced Donna's record, who performed last week. That's pretty amazing. We've got all kinds of amazing things coming for you from the Two-Way Street Coffee House. So you definitely want to come back and support us. But tonight, sit back and listen to Jonas. And don't forget, tomorrow we have a virtual and in-person sing-around.
It's not tomorrow.
I'm sorry,
it's
next week.
June
Thank
5th.
you for
Yes,
the
yes,
correction.
yes.
So June 5th, we're going to have a virtual and in-person sing-around, your choice. And everything will be socially distanced, but you can be in person or do it virtually, whatever you're comfortable with. And then don't forget, donate at the twowaystreet.org. That is our website. You'll find the video there if you're missing it right now, but you're not because you're watching it. And then you can make a donation right there. And you can support this fine artist here and help us give work to artists like this. So
Yes, awesome. So tonight we have Jonas Friddle. He is a singer, songwriter, and old-time banjo player whose songs have received the John Lennon Songwriting Award, first place in the Great American Song Contest, and a nomination for Album of the Year in the Independent Music Award. His tunes bear the marks of a musician who has done his time in pub sessions and square dance halls, and his writing is full of imagery, honesty, and humor. Friddle was raised in the mountains of North Carolina and learned to play guitar on a yard sale harmony 6-string. He was already writing songs by the time he got to Kentucky at age 18. There, the bluegrass, pickin, and old-time dances turned him on to the power and joy of traditional folk music. He added a mandolin, fiddle, and banjo to his arsenal and got a job slapping bass with the college bluegrass band. After serving his time in higher education, he spent a year traveling around the world playing music in pubs and living rooms. In 2007, Jonas landed in Chicago, started the Barehand Jugband, the Sleepy Lou old-time duo, and began teaching at the Old Town School of Folk Music. Since then, he has released multiple studio albums under his own name and with the folk supergroup The Majority. During that time, his music has won multiple awards and has been featured online at American Songwriter, Huffington Post and Paste. Recent years have brought Friddle's focus back to songwriting, and with the release of his latest album, The Last Place to Go, he puts out his best songs yet, a collection of sung stories backed by the sound of drums, fiddle, dobro, electric guitar, bass, organ, and trumpet. We are so thrilled to have Jonas Friddle joining us tonight at the Two-Way Street Coffee House. Please take it away, Jonas.
Thanks, Jen and Joe. I'm going to take off these headphones here. And thanks to Two-Way Street for having me. It's been an interesting time for working musicians, and I really appreciate them making the change to help us musicians get some gigs while we're all doing what we can to keep everybody safe. So I'm real happy to play some tunes here for you. As Jen said in the introduction, I play with a lot of folks, so I'm going to try out some things all by my lonesome tonight and see how they go. I hope you like them. This is a tune called Free Girl. I don't want to go to San Antonio and watch you lose your money at the table. I didn't leave my home to get stuck here in your arms. I wouldn't trade my prison for a cradle. I will go where I send me until the road rise and meet me with a heart about be stable. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. Texas. It's the wild breath of Texas. No man's ever shoot her, fooled her, led her by a bridle. Your saddle made of leather, and your silver spurs are jangle. She's a free girl and she'll travel where she's able. Now we'll go where I see me, and tell the road, rise and meet me, with a heart to bumpy stables. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. There's spaces in the wall where the dirty light would fall, looking round the room to see me. Hallelujah, by and by, from those walls I did fly. By my own hands I did free me. Now I go where I send me, and tell the road, rise and meet me, with a heart that won't be stable. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. All right. I heard Michael J. Miles, my friend Michael Miles, playing banjo on the intro there. There's nothing like having to follow up Michael's banjo playing. He's one of the best. So I'm going to go ahead and switch off to a guitar. Let's see. I got a couple of them back here. It's going to say one of the silver linings here of playing a show from home is I don't have to haul my gear, which means I don't have to choose which of my banjos and guitars I leave at home. I get to bring them all to the show. So I'm going to play a tune here about another person who let his hair grow long. This one's called Samson. Samson was a lover, though he killed 1,000 men. Sweet as any honey pulled from a lion's head, hard as any jawbone when it came to a woman's bed. Samson was a lover, and this is what he said. What would I do for love? What would I do for love? Would I do what I have to, like everybody does? What would I do for love? And Samson was a fox catcher and a fire starter too. And he struck his match at the Philistines. He laid them in their tombs. But the fire in his heart did his own mind consume. And I can feel that heat, darling, when I'm next to you. Delilah had linen and leather in her room, and while I felt the bottle which once held perfume, she smelled just like the evening in the afternoon. And as she dressed herself, she sang this little tune. What did I do for love? What did I do for love? Did I do what I have to, like everybody does? What did I do for love? And Samson was a lover, and it made his mind forget, till he heard the sound of silver as she asked for his secrets. And he lied like a schoolboy till at last he did relent. Samson, the lover, took a razor to his head. Samson was a lover, love is famous blind. Though they took his body prisoner, was Delilah rule his mind. You might call him a martyr, you might say suicide. Samson was a lover, and like a lover cried, what would I do for love? What would I do for love? Would I stand between the pillars and give them both a shove? What would I do for love? Now I've heard this story 1,000 times, still I look at you. I wrap the question around my wrist, what would I do? If you ask me for my secret, I'd tell you, darling, true. Samson was a lover, and I'd be the same for you. Samson was a lover, and I'd be the same for you. Samson was a lover. All right. That tune was off of, that latest record Jim was talking about called The Last Place to Go. Hard to believe this past year has kind of been slow and fast all at the same time. The record's been out for a little bit now, but it doesn't seem like so long ago when we put it out. But I'm going to try and keep up with the theme of the night. I'm going to switch an instrument. I didn't have enough room on my stands for all of the banjos, so I had to tuck one back here beside the computer. I'm going to get this guy tuned up here. And as Jen and Joel mentioned there, one of the first things I did when I got to Chicago was get involved with a jug band. So I love that old time jug band blues. And so I'm going to do a little tune here with from the great Charlie McCoy, and he had a band here in Chicago called the Harlem Ham Fats, and this is an old time tune he called the Jackson Stomp. Sometimes was called that lonesome train that carried my gal from town. Mr. Depot agent, shut your depot down. That woman that I'm loving fixin' to blow this town. And that mean old fireman, a cruel old engineer, gonna take my baby and leave me lonesome here. Well, I woke up this morning, found something wrong. That loving baby hopped that train and gone. And that mean old fireman, that cruel old engineer, gonna take my baby and leave me lonesome here. Figure now. Walking down the track where the stars refused to shine. I felt like every minute I was fixing to lose my mind. And my knees were weak and my footsteps was all I heard. It felt like every minute I was stepping in another world. out this morning, found something wrong. My loving baby hopped that train and gone now. Mean old fireman, cruel old engineer, gonna take my baby and leave me lonesome here. All right, Charlie McCoy. We'll just tuck that banjo right over there. Let's see, we'll pick up this guy. We'll pick up the Gibson now. See if these microphones can handle the switch from the banjos to the guitars so often. This is another tune off of The Last Place to Go. And this one's called Cuba out of JFK. We were cowboy babies, we loved us a good news reel. We check the NASDAQ market when we wanna know how we feel. I used to wear my Air Jordans like they were my Sunday shoes. Your daddy looked like Tom Brokaw, baby. My mama sang the Sunday news. She sang, life's been different since we dropped the bomb. We treat each other like it's Vietnam now. Who cares what side you're on? When you gotta get away, you gotta get her. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. Alright. All the Star Wars babies, if they want it, they can use the Force. They grew up too lazy to finalize their own divorce. Got 40 years of debt, 4 years of liberal arts. I got an iceberg of regret, baby. Titanic to Noah's Ark, and I'm singing, life's been different since we dropped the bomb. We treat each other like it's Vietnam now. Who cares what side you're on? When you gotta get away, you gotta get her. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. Alright, okay. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. So if you want my money, honey, here, you can have it all. Call it a souvenir, baby, a piece of the Berlin Wall. And I ain't a sympathizer, but I reckon I can reconcile. Maybe we can too, baby, but maybe we should wait a while. 'Cause life's been different since we dropped the bomb, and we treat each other like it's Vietnam now. Who cares what side you're on? When you gotta get away, you gotta get her. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. Alright, okay. I'm headed down to Cuba, flying out of JFK. Okay. I'm headed down to Cuba, flying out of JF. I'm headed down to Cuba, flying out of J, and I'm headed down to Cuba, baby. I think I'll keep this guitar in my lap for this next song here. Just putting this set together, and it's Memorial Day weekend. Hope you're having a nice Memorial Day weekend. And I thought I would include this tune here that I wrote based on some memoirs from my grandfather who was in the service. And this was on the last record, and he passed a few years ago now. And I got the chance to read some of these things he had written down about his life, and I put them together here in this song. This is called The Long, Long Line. The ship lay in the water with a stomach full of steam. You call it Liberty, you say it's leaving. Call it the SS Thomas Page. And rocking on her deck, a fresh merchant marine. You call me a sailor, say it's service. Call me 18 years of age. And the water tried its tide against the claim of the eastern sky. With my finger on the horizon, I drew a long, long line. And if we shake the torpedoes and make Marseille in time, I'll be ordering up oysters and muscatel wine. I draw a long, long line from where I've been to where you'll find me. Don't look behind me at the wake of my bow. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. Grandpa was a contract logger in Eastern Carolina, and he cut his way through the Depression. He cut his way through the lodgepole pine. And I helped Daddy on the farm with the free will Baptist plow. It's nothing but the journey now, said Jesus Christ, don't ever look behind. But the bombs on Pearl Harbor shook the Carolina pines, sent 'em rolling in the water out along the tide. I draw a long, long line from where I've been to where you'll find me. Don't look behind me at the row of my plow. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. Somehow I can see me through the straits of Gibraltar, through the narrow of the darkness where the stars grieve the day, and hear the sound of children playing past the sirens of the air raids. I see hills of Virginia where I live out my days, and above me all the time I draw a long, long line from where I've been to where you'll find me. Don't look behind me at the wake of my bow. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. All right. Tune this thing up here for another tune on the old Gibson. Got a true story song here. The cafe comes on in the red Kentucky dawn. It's the Western Trail just like Daniel Boone. Anita rolls the biscuit dough, and Andrew takes the chairs. You could stir the silence with the coffee spoon. Anita's eyes peek through two shadows of blue at a picture of her 80 pounds before. She said she'll lose 100 even and float right through the ceiling. She's never seen no skinny girls mopping floors. Before the day starts, do you think of where you go? Between the night's dark and the morning's glow. But dreams grow old, they aren't yours anymore. They leave their little handprints on the stainless double door. Every day by noon, the faces fill the room. Their orders in by 12:15. They put ketchup on their steaks, and they put their greasy plates in Andrew's teenage hands to get them clean. Andrew's moving slow, he's been living in his car, you know. He'd leave this town if he ever got the means. It's a gas gauge on empty that keeps him in Kentucky, and a gear shift to bruise his leg when he dreams. Before the day starts, you think of where you go. Between the night's dark and the morning's glow. But dreams grow old, they aren't yours anymore. They leave their little handprints on the stainless double door. When the cafe is done and the red Kentucky sun hits the Western Trail just like Daniel Boone, Anita walks home and Andrew stands alone in the cafe lot under a Kentucky moon. Before the day starts, you think of where you go. Between the night's dark and the morning's glow. But dreams grow old and they aren't yours anymore. They leave their little handprints on the stainless double door. Just their little handprints. That song came out of some time in my younger days working at a cafe. I worked the breakfast shift, which you quickly learn is not the shift that anybody works. You have to get up early, and people don't tip as much for biscuits and gravy as they do for steak dinners. So I didn't make too much money that summer, But I had no right time. I just had to make enough money that summer. All I really needed to do was to be able to go bowling. So as long as I made enough in the week to go bowling on the weekends with my buddies, I felt like I had done all right. All right, tune this guy up here. Alright, here's a tune I haven't sung for anybody yet. Now it's you guys. This is called Kansas Wind. And I would say I lived a good life, and you'd have to laugh at me, I know. You could never stand a lie that wasn't your own. So I'll say something true before I have to let this body go. Life seems long until the end, when all you have to show melts away like Texas snow. It's as quick as Kansas wind. Give my golden pacer to the brown-haired boy. His green-eyed mother made me laugh. I could have married her in Fort Worth and gone down a different path. But love ran to me just like water in my young and stormy days. Time has dried the ground again, and all I had to show melts away like Texas snow. It's as quick as Kansas wind. And it's a fine life, full of trouble. Some I've given and some I've earned. I have counted them like wages while the night campfire burns. But there's one last hill now crossed without them, and I have learned to let those troubles go. I thought I'd keep them till the end, but all I had to show melts away like Texas snow. It's as quick as Kansas wind. Let's see if I can bring out this guy. I haven't brought this guy out yet. Unbelievable. My favorite banjo. Sitting over here feeling neglected. This is a fretless banjo made by Chuck Lee. And this is what I play when I'm sitting around in this back room at the end of the day, so it works out okay that we're doing this show from back here. This has been my little nook for a while now, as I'm sure we all have our nooks from this past year. I'm gonna do a tune here. Wasn't originally done on the banjo, so it was originally done on a guitar by Mr. Mississippi John Hurt. I'm gonna do my best to put it on the banjo here. This is a old tune called "Let the Mermaids Flirt with Me." Blues all on the ocean, blues all in the air. Can't stay here no longer, got no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. I'll save on the undertaker's bills. Take it now. Do not work for pleasure, and peace I'll see no more. Why, the only reason I work at all is to drive the blues from my door. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. We'll save on the undertaker's bills. Well, my wife controls our happy home, and a sweetheart I cannot find. While the only thing I can call my own is a worried and a troubled mind. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. Won't you save on the undertaker's bills? Blues all in my body, my darling has forsaken me. If I want to see her face again, I gotta swim across the sea. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. Oh, save on the undertaker's bills. Bigger now. It's blues all on the ocean, blues all in the air. Can't stay here no longer, got no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. Oh, save on the undertaker's bills. There she is. She'll come back out a little bit later now. We'll bring old Yamaha back around here. Now I'll get it tuned up in here. I'll do a song I wrote last summer. One of my favorite things to do is sit out in my backyard and put a pork shoulder on the old smoker and then sit there and play my banjo all day. And then have pulled pork at the end of it. So in the spirit of write what you know, I wrote a little song with my barbecue recipe. So if you got something handy real close by, you can write down. You can write down my secret ingredients, I guess. Here, this is called Low and Slow. You set the smoker to 225. You salt the pork shoulder overnight. You rub in the cayenne, the mustard, and the pepper. Pull out your folding chair, sit there forever. If there's one thing I know how to do, I make a pulled pork barbecue and I sit in the smoke and watch the world go up in flames. Some people gonna give up the ghost. Some visualize what they want the most. And some see Jesus in a piece of toast when times get hard. I ain't no chicken, don't know he's dead. Playing kickball with his own head. I'm iced tea, babe, I'm Wonder Bread. I keep it cool in my backyard, 'cause the one thing I know how to do, I make a pulled pork barbecue and I sit in the smoke and watch the world go up in flames. Up in flames. I keep it low, real low. I make it slow, so slow. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh. Oh, yeah. This is where the trumpet comes in. If any of you know my friend Anna Jacobson, who plays trumpet with me, please don't tell her that I did that. Everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody got the special sauce. You got somewhere to be, baby, well that's your loss. 'Cause all I want is my time. All I want is my time. It's mine, mine, mine. All I want is my time. It's mine, mine, mine. All I want is my time. And there's one thing I'm gonna do with it. I make a pulled pork barbecue with it, sit in the smoke. I watch the world go up in flames. Up in flames. Up in flames. Up in flames. All right, there you go. Little pulled pork barbecue. Maybe some of y'all will be doing that this weekend. I don't know about here in Chicago. It's like 40 degrees and raining out. Maybe some of you watching are in a better place. Well, not a better place. A warmer place. All right. Bring this Gibson back out. Sometimes Sometimes the songs that I write are purely conjecture. Sometimes they're just accounts of actual happenings, and then sometimes they're somewhere between. So I guess this falls somewhere between. Something like this kind of happened to a buddy I knew. To be honest, it's something like this probably happened to most of us at some point. So, if anything, maybe this song can just be a little reminder to be nice to people. Well, a fine young lad in buffalo plaid from the island of Milwaukee sailed a train through the waves of grain, the Midwest American Sea. Capsized in Kansas, took a job in a car, driving strangers to parties at night. And they all tipped him these words of wisdom, how to get his shipwreck right. They say every trial's a gift from God. They look you in the eye. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's just meanness wrapped up in a lie. Da da da. Mama's little cutie, bright as a penny, and he's smart as the crack of a whip. Stayed in schools that followed the rules, now he's out there working for tips. From the big bank building, birds look like they're swimming below them in an ocean of blue. Down here I find I'd rather be blind than to see from my point of view. They say every trial's a gift from God. They look you in the eye. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's just meanness wrapped up in a lie. Da da da. Now I ain't looking for a hand or a Kool-Aid stand or a refund on taxes I paid. But oh, say can you see what trickles to me sure don't seem like lemonade. They say dust yourself off, get back in the game where there's plenty of fish in the sea. But heavens help those who have helped themselves, and you know they left nothing for me. They say every trial's a gift from God. They look you in the eye. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's just meanness wrapped up in a lie. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. It's just meanness. It's just meanness wrapped up in a lie. Da da da. Doo da doo da doo. All right. Yeah. So be nice to folks. Say nice things. Or nothing. Say nice things or nothing. Sometimes that's right too. Alright, I'm gonna pull out my favorite banjo. I guess I shouldn't say. I usually call this my favorite banjo at shows. Where where I've left my other banjos at home. Now I feel a little strange announcing this as my favorite banjos with all my other banjos staring at me while I do that. Rethink my behavior. Gonna put this in a tuning here. If you happen to know a banjo player, bless you. you might know that they spend most of their time tuning their instrument. They play one song, and then they spend another 10-15 minutes tuning the guy up again. I'm putting this in a special tuning here. That's referred to as little birdie tuning. Little birdie tuning. It's a special tuning. It's so special. It's named after the only song that gets played in this tuning. So we got to tune the whole instrument special for this one little tune called Little Birdie. Little birdie, what makes you fly so high? Well, my love is gone away, sir, and I'll meet her in the sky. I'd rather be in some dark holler where the sun don't ever shine than to know you love another and your heart will no longer be mine. Little birdie, what makes you sing your song? I've a short time to stay here and a long time to be gone, and a long time to be gone. All right. So I just got a couple more songs here. I'm just going to do two more little tunes here. And I want to thank 2A Street for having me out. I want to thank Jen and Joel and Tim, who I've all been fortunate enough to meet in person before doing this. So it's nice to see them over the internet. And I really appreciate, again, being asked and 2A Street giving a platform for us to play some tunes here for you. So I'm going to play a couple more, and then I hope I'll get a chance to see you in person someday and play these songs for you with my friends that I like to travel with and give you the full band thing. So yeah, I'm going to pull out my guitar here, the Yamaha again. Get this guy tuned up. long black dress, and a homemade dish. Cards on the table in an awful mess, and coffee filters and carnation flowers. I'll take 'em to the curbside in a couple of hours. They say you left me before your time. I say you left me just holding mine. If time were water, I would drown way down in my wedding gown. And ain't the heart an engine? It never stops though you wish it would. It runs on pride and oxygen, and the good times gone for good. Mama's in the bedroom, and cousin in the kitchen. Nothing to say now, and everyone to listen. The sun still gets up at the break of dawn. I'm going to bed now with my clothes on. Ain't the heart an engine? It never stops though you wish it would. Runs on pride and oxygen, and the good times gone for good. Now to see your face, I don't look far. It's running around now in our yard, where the wind chimes shake all on their own. They're singing that the wind came, they're ringing that it's gone. Ain't the heart an engine? It never stops though you wish it would. It runs on pride and oxygen. Good times gone for good. Good times gone for good. Right. All right, I'm going to take it all the way back where it started to finish up here. Thanks again. This is it's great to play, and I appreciate you taking some time to listen. I've never seen Jerusalem or dreamed of paradise. Last night I cried for Carolina, land of the beans and rice. I was a young man in Winston-Salem, leaning on a cigarette machine. Somebody told me you don't belong here. I knew exactly what they mean. But don't you cry, baby, there's no goodbye. Maybe home is a telephone to your memory. Take my hand, baby, that promised land. Maybe you here with me. I scrubbed the tile floors of public restrooms before your mom and I had met. My music played on a worn-out Walkman. All my money played hard to get. And here you are on a cold November, born on the first of the winter snow. How we got here, I don't remember. Where we go, nobody knows. Don't you cry, baby, there's no goodbye. Maybe home is a telephone to your memory. Just take my hand, baby, that promised land. Maybe you here with me. I'll build my home around your heart with its windows in your eyes. We won't keep no rent agreement. I'll make your eggs with beans and rice. Don't you cry, baby, there's no goodbye. Maybe home is a telephone to your memory. Just take my hand, baby, that promised land. Maybe you here with me. Thank you guys so much.
Wow. Jonas, that was absolutely
goodness.
fantastic. Wow, that was fantastic. Love that chuckly banjo. That is that you say that's fretless?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
funny enough, they're both Chuck Lees.
Okay.
The one I just played and then the fretless guy. Yeah, that fretless one, that's my favorite.
Ah, man, fantastic. And I'm glad that you appreciated Michael Miles on the front end too.
Oh,
That's
Michael's great. Yeah, he's great. He's and if you're looking for more Michael, I think he's teaching a workshop maybe this weekend on blues on the banjo. So yeah, go find Michael J. Miles. If you want to play banjo, man, you can't find a better teacher.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing your music with us tonight too.
Yes, and so we want to make sure that everybody knows where to donate.
Donate.
Where to go
donate.
to donate.
I think you just invented a great
I know,
word.
I made a new word right now.
Donate
You've heard
right
it.
now.
Don't make fun of me. www.twowaystreet.org is where you want to donate for Jonas. Next week, we have John Shane and FJ Venter and a sing-around on the 5th.
Which is hybrid. It's both
Hybrid.
in person and virtual. So depending on where you stand right now and where your health situation is, you can do either, and we're happy to have you.
So please make sure to like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to make sure that we give a big shout out to Tim in the
Tim
background.
Kendall, the virtual tech tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks,
And we
Tim.
will be accepting donations for Jonas through Sunday. So please share the live stream.
Thank you to the fans that watched
Yeah.
tonight and commented. It's really great to have your support. And always, thank you for your donations.
Yes. So, Jonas, can you please play one more song for us tonight? Because everybody does an encore at two-way.
Absolutely, I can. I'll grab.
Thank you.
grab
And
those
next
guys.
time we'll see you live, or we'll be on stage together or something.
That would be
So
great.
thanks,
I'd love to
Jonas.
get down and play with you guys. Thanks again for having me, guys. I'll play this one last tune here. All right. Make sure I do it in the right key. Outside the tent, the signs were all mad. Inside the tent, the clowns were all sad. The seats were half empty when the ringmaster took his last bow. There was candy and popcorn stuck on the shoes. Just one reporter Stuck with the news and with the voice of my mother, he asked me what I would do now. Oh, how am I supposed to run away now? They've taken the last place to go. Some folks have homes in the city. Mine was the show on the road. Gravel would fly off the back of my bike, pedaling circles most every night through the spotlights of TVs. The trailer park windows were blue. Ah, but dreams are like whiskey in a cheap paper cup. You gotta drink 'em all down before they burn up and they drop through the bottom, landing all over your shoes. Alright, how am I supposed to run away now? They're taking the last place to go. Some folks have homes in the country. Mine was the show on the road. Here's that trumpet again. How the trapeze artist just lies in his net, while the fire breather lights cigarettes and makes bets with the stuntman where the trick pony will end up. And the Florida plains have a new sound. It's the crying of trumpets shaking the ground. The elephants are free and me, well, I'm straight out of luck. Oh, how am I supposed to run away now? I've taken the last place to go. Some folks have homes in the city. Mine was the show on the road. Oh, how am I supposed to run away now? Taking the last place to go. Some folks have homes in the country. Mine was the show on the road. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend.